Hey everybody, Rob Provencher here. I'm in my studio and I want to explain to you and then photographers who are running their own studios as well, the importance of diversification in your photography studio. I was thinking about this the other day when I was going for a jog in the morning, and I was thinking about all the different marketing that I've done over the years. And this whole idea behind this term, I always used to call it the complete studio, for lack of a better word. But what it means is, and it reflects the community that you're in. So if you're in a community that's very high end, somebody like Maggie or Javiera or Jeff Lubin or similar, where they're after and are able to prosper and achieve results within a larger center where there's a market to support those results, that's cool. But in an area like what I'm in, where there's 100 to 150,000 people, it's important, in my opinion, to really go after this strategy where I call it the complete studio. And I can't think of a better word to describe it. So what it means is diversification. Diversification in marketing and diversification in the offerings that you are able to bring to the marketplace. So for me, it's weddings, families, babies, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So not only do I do affiliation marketing, like I do all the official photography for the theater, for the symphony, for the United Way, for the local Montessori school, and a couple other schools, as well as a bunch of other affiliation marketing strategies. It's also important that within each of the areas that I market to, like families and babies, for example, or kids, programs like the Baby's First Year Wall Panel and the Creative Kids Club and promotions such as Fairy Day and all that good stuff. So each one is a different subset, a different effort that I'm constantly pushing. Instead of sitting back and waiting for stuff to come to me, I'm constantly pushing all of these areas within my community and making offers over and over and over again. There's more to it than that, so I'm sort of just glossing over the entire big picture, trying to explain it as best I can so that you understand that you have to be able to diversify and offer a bunch of stuff. You know, Ansel Adams said this years ago, that he learned more from the bread and butter aspects of photography than from any other area. And that kind of makes a lot of sense. When I read that, I thought, man, there's a guy who really didn't let his ego and his pride get in the way, which is important. And that's an issue with some photographers. You know, if you want to, or get offered to do a real dinky shoot, but you're like, nah, I don't do that, I'm bigger than that. Well, maybe you shouldn't have that attitude. If it's a paying gig, you never know where it's going to lead. So, but this whole idea behind being diversified, to me, is so important. It's so valuable. And in order to achieve the results and a good income at the end of the year, when you look back over the year and you have your bookkeeping there, and you can look at your results and say, and break it down and say, well, look, the reason I'm successful is because I was able to do all of these different areas, and it's sort of a mosaic of effort and output and marketing. I mean, all of this as well gets pushed with a lot of other branding efforts, such as your storefront, your signage, your networking, your studio, you know, your studio reception area. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it sound like? What is it that people hear? How are they greeted when they walk in, or when they when they phone you or email you? What is the response? All this stuff counts. So the idea behind a complete studio, I know it sounds a little bit vague, but you know, work with me on this one. I'm trying to explain it so that you understand the idea, so you understand that it's more than just the technical side of photography. It's more than just being able to take pretty pictures. You got to push it into the marketing. And this is really a marketing thing that I'm trying to explain. It's like the big picture marketing thing, the complete studio. Confused yet? I hope not. It makes sense to me. And I've tried to explain this before. Years ago, I wrote an entire newsletter on this subject. And it's sort of important, and it works. The most important thing is that it works. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Give me some comments. If you have any questions, go for it. I'll do my best. Thanks, guys.